Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels collector video. Today I am going to be reacting to and showcasing the Hot Wheels Premium Boulevard Mix T or the 2023 Mix 5. This is the final mix for 2023. What a great year it has been. There has just been non-stop bangers coming from this series and I've been all here for it. It's been fantastic. There's been something I've liked in every single mix and it's just been great. But not so much for you guys in America because I hear it's quite hard to find Boulevard over there since it is a Walmart exclusive, and also because there's tons of scalpers over there. Here in the UK it's a little bit easier to find these mixes since you can find them in any Smith's Toy Superstore. There's plenty of them here in the UK, and there's also not as many scalpers here in the UK from what I can tell anyways. But before I do get into this reaction, I must shout out Ministry of Diecast because he is going to be providing the footage for this video, and this video that I'm making right now would not be possible without him, so make sure to check out the original video if you haven't already from Ministry of Diecast. The link to the original video which he created will be featuring in this video's description as well as in the pinned comment of this video as well. So like I've said, make sure to check out that original video because it also does have some additional footage which will not be included in my video, which you'll have to go and see his original video to see. But anyways, that is it for my intro to this video, and that is also it for the footage credits. So now let's move on to my reaction to the 2023 Boulevard Mix 5. Okay, so the first car in this mix is the 67 Ford Anglia Racer. This is a brand new casting for 2023 and it is also a brand new casting for this mix at Boulevard. What a great way to debut this casting with this lovely racing themed livery on it. I think it looks fantastic and this was perhaps the best way they could have debuted this as a new casting. Genuinely, I love it. I will mention that this car is rolling on the white moulded classic 4-spoke Rio Riders, which first debuted in 2016. I will also mention that this car has been painted in glossy medium darkness blue, and this car also does receive side tampo, top tampo, rear tampo, and front tampo. And most of this tampo work is in the form of a Ford race team inspired livery. You definitely get a lot of money's worth with tampo work on this car, there's plenty of it. I will mention that this car does have a matte black metal base and also does have black interior plastic, and finally I'll mention that unfortunately this casting does not have any wing mirrors or windshield wipers. That does make this casting a little bit incomplete in my opinion, but unfortunately they're just not there. Next up we do have the Porsche 935. This is just a brand new recolor of this casting. It's not a new casting at all for this case, simply just a recolor. I will mention that this car is rolling on the black aero wheel Rio Riders, which first debuted in 2017. I will also mention that this car has been painted in glossy dark red and does receive side tampo, top tampo, front tampo, however does not have any rear tampo, since on the real life car there's not much going on the rear of the thing. I will also mention that this car does have a classic Porsche themed livery, and I will finally mention that this car does have a matte black metal base, black interior plastic, and this car does actually have wing mirrors and windshield wipers featuring on the car. It's great to see both of those details featuring on this thing. It makes it look a lot more complete in my opinion. Definitely is a great casting, and I look forward to more recolors of this thing. There's been tons of recolors coming out recently, and honestly this casting does deserve it. It's just a fantastically executed one. Looks great in my opinion. And the next car in this mix is the 96 Honda Accord. This is also a brand new casting for 2023 and is also a brand new casting for this mix of Boulevard, and it's another great one. Of course it's not a standard looking Honda Accord, it does have this kind of drag racer theme going on to it. So yeah, I know a few people probably would have preferred a stock looking Accord, but we didn't get that. Instead we got this modified one. I will mention that this car is rolling on the copper coloured modern 5-spoke Rio Riders, which first debuted in 2020. I will also mention that this car is painted in glossy dark blue and also does receive side, top, front and rear tampo, which you do get your money's worth with this car as well. Tons of tampo work here, and most of this tampo work is in the form of a Honda race livery. I will also mention that this car does have a glossy black metal base and also does have black interior plastic, and finally I'll mention that this casting does have wing mirrors in the metal casting, however unfortunately does not have any windshield wipers. Next up we do have the 95 Toyota Celica GT4. This is not a new casting for this mix, it's simply just a really solid recolor of this casting. Looks phenomenal. I will mention that this car is rolling on the white 6-spoke Rio Riders, and this car has been painted in glossy white, and it also does receive side, top, front and rear tampo, and most of this tampo work is in the form of a TRD or Toyota Race Division themed livery. I love the look of this livery on this car. I think this would have been a really great way to have debuted this as a new casting, but instead it debuted in a very stock look, even though it does have a modified roof scoop on the top of it in the casting. But yeah, this looks fantastic. Love love the design of this thing. I will mention that this car does have a matte black metal base and also does have black interior plastic. And finally, I'll mention that this casting does have wing mirrors and also does have windshield wipers. It's great to see both of those details featuring on this car. And the final car in this mix is the 23 Nissan Z. This is not a new casting at all, it's simply just new for the premium lineup. I know a lot of people will be excited about that though, as it does mean that this casting will receive more detail in terms of tamper work, and this release of this car definitely does that. It's got so much detail, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. We've already seen this car in a very similar look to this, just it was in a stock look, but it had a very similar blue colour on it, and it featured in the 2023 B case, in the mainline of course. But yes, this is a nice release of this car as well. I'll mention that this car is rolling on the modern 10-spoke rear riders, which have been moulded in black. I'll also mention that this car has been painted in what appears to be metallic dark blue. It's hard to tell if it's just glossy or metallic, but on camera it does look metallic to me. I will also mention that this car does have side, rear, top and front tampo, and most of this is in the form of a rears livery, so again you get a lot of value for money from that car, lots of tampo work there. I will also mention that this car does have a glossy black metal base and also does have black interior plastic, and finally I'll mention that this casting does have wing mirrors and also does have windshield wipers, so all the details you could possibly ask for are there. But anyways, that is it for this mix of cars. What a fantastic mix to end off Boulevard for 2023. There's something for everyone here, and the car selection here is fantastic. It's great to see 2 new castings and 3 really solid recolours, and one of those new recolours is actually brand new for the premium lineup. What a great set of cars, as I've already said. But there are a few things which I'm not keen on about the new castings. First of all, the Honda Accord is missing windshield wipers, so that is a shame. And also the Ford Anglia is missing windshield wipers and also is missing wing mirrors. So there are some details missing on those new castings, unfortunately. It would have been nice to have seen all the details present on these new castings since they are new. So they should have really had these details. There's not really any excuse for them, in my opinion at least. But again, as I've said, they're still great. But anyways, that does lead me on to my ranking. So I'm going to rank all the cars from worst to best. So my worst car, aka 5th place. Now all these cars are fantastic, by the way, I love all of them. But my 5th place is going to the 23 Nissan Z. And the main reason for that is it's already been released in a very similar look, and I've already got that car from the 2023 B case. So, you know, it probably would have been nicer for them to have done it in a completely new look, but it still looks very solid and I still like it. And next up, 4th place is going to be the 98 Honda Accord. It is just a big shame that this casting does not have any windshield wipers, and I'm not a big fan of the blue colour featuring on this casting, but I will tell you that this casting is pretty decent, and I can't wait to see where it pops up next. If I was going to hedge my bets, I would think it's going to stay in premium, and I think it's going to come to a diorama set next. But let me know where you guys think that casting will pop up next. It could really go anywhere. I mean, it could even come to basic. That is definitely something I could see happening as well. And next up, 3rd place goes to the 95 Toyota Celica GT4. What a fantastic recolor of that thing. I absolutely love that thing. It just looks fantastic in my opinion. I will definitely be interested in that one, and will definitely end up picking that one up too if I do see it in stores. Next up, 2nd place goes to the Porsche 935. Again, just a really solid recolor of that casting. Looks fantastic. I think that might be the best release of that casting so far. It is just superb, and that does lead me on to my 1st place, and that is of course the 67 Ford Anglia Racer. It's a new casting. I love the Ford race team livery on this car. Wasn't expecting this to be on this car when it debuted, but it is, and it looks great. I love that thing. Definitely one that I'm really interested in picking up. That will probably be my priority. Of course, I will end up trying to hunt down the Honda Accord as well, since it's also a new casting, and my review and showcases of both of those cars will be coming very soon in the future, so keep your eyes open for that if you're interested. But yeah, what a fantastic mix of cars. But anyways, that does lead me on my score at 10 for this mix. So what am I going to give this mix out of 10? It's going to be receiving a well-deserved 9.5 out of 10. I really do like all the cars in this mix, and I'm going to be pursuing them all once they start hitting stores. In about a month's time, that's when we'll probably start seeing them, maybe a little bit longer, it depends on distribution. But yeah, keep your eyes open for this mix. It's coming to your local stores very soon, so yeah, definitely don't stop hunting. There's always new stuff coming out from the Hot Wheels team. It's just been relentless this year. Great stuff all the way through. But anyways, that is it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss any new uploads. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, or any groups who may be interested. But remember, don't feel pressured if you don't feel like I have anybody who may be interested. You watching this video all the way to the end means so much to me, and I really do thank you for making it all the way up until this point. But anyways, that is it for this video, so I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye everyone.